All right, so what's going on, everybody? The Iceman here on this Friday afternoon. We saw the Patriots defeat the Steelers last night in a really good football game, and I think the Patriots had a lot to prove last night. Just for the simple fact is all the heat they're getting from the commissioner's office in the NFL, with the Spygate thing, and plus we saw the Deflategate issues, and this needs to be given a rest, obviously. So. But anyway, um, there's a lot of things going on. A lot of people are buzzing around Night of Champions for the WWE pay-per-view coming up on the 20th. And I flip-flop with my thoughts and my opinions, and you know, we have a right to do that. I mean, that's just how we are. We don't have to keep the same opinion. We can change it. It's like a woman in a way, how they always seem to like change their mind every so often. Guys do it too when it comes to the world of professional wrestling. And we just do what we need to do. So, yeah, so with the Seth Rollins Sting deal, the Seth Rollins John Cena deal, there's been a lot of backstage heat, so to speak, on John Cena, saying he does not want to open the show. He feels disrespected. I have a lot of pro comments on that, but I also have con comments on that as well. John Cena doesn't need to be in the spotlight, but then again, John Cena is one of their bigger stars. So, I mean, again, it's one of those win-win or no-win situations, and this is just, how it seems to go here in the world of professional wrestling. So, but yeah, so I was on a hangout last night. I talked to Nigel and I talked to Knock Knock. We had a pretty good three-way. Bearstown joined in a little bit, and he left. He was doing a hangout with WJ, which was pretty cool. I was invited to go to that, but I was busy. But yeah, there's just been, a lot of things going on. There's a lot of talk about Jeff Hardy leaving TNA and possibly coming back to the WWE. And, it makes you wonder what people think about that as well. In my opinion, I think Jeff Hardy going back to the WWE would be pretty phenomenal. He still has, a lot left to him as far as talent-wise and mobility, even though he did break his leg earlier this year on a motorcycle accident, but this guy can still do it all in the ring. I think he is equally or even better talented in the ring than Seth Rollins. I think that if Jeff Hardy ever came back to the WWE, this would be a perfect opportunity for Jeff Hardy and Seth Rollins to finally meet up and come together and put on what would be probably a phenomenal match. I would love to see it while Seth Rollins is still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, because I think it would be much more of a meaningful match. Whether or not Rollins still has the title back then or when it does occur remains to be seen. But yeah, so I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know. But I in my eyes, I think those two guys are, like so equal, except for the fact that Seth Rollins is much younger than Jeff Hardy, and I just think this would be perfect timing for Jeff Hardy to come back to the WWE and really, being gone for so long, put on such, bring out a lot of energy, I should say, and bring back a lot of fans. And this is a little different than like bringing back, other guys. I mean, the Dudley boys, they were gone for 10 years, and that was the WWE's doing. Jeff Hardy being gone from the WWE was pretty much Jeff Hardy's doing with his drug issues and his alcohol issues. Uh, but, you know, he's still a very, very, very prominent, active wrestler. And I really do see Jeff Hardy making a very big, impact on the WWE if he were to come back. And in my eyes, in my opinion, I think Jeff has done all he could do with TNA, and there's really not much for him to do in TNA. And let's face it, we don't even know what's going on in TNA. And if you have an opportunity to go back to the WWE, where you first appeared and made a name for yourself, like Jeff Hardy did with Matt Hardy as the Hardy Boys, one of the biggest tag teams of all times in the WWE, why not go back? I mean, it just stands to reason. This is something that you wouldn't want to turn down. So, yeah, I'm hoping it does come true. Like I said, whether it does or not remains to be seen. But um, Jeff Hardy is equal or better than Seth Rollins in the ring. Um, and we all know Jeff Hardy is a very much established superstar in the world of professional wrestling. Now, we've also talked about the fact that Kurt Angle is not going to resign with TNA. I think his last appearance will be at Bound for Glory. And again, Kurt Angle, he's done all he could do in TNA. There's really, what is there for him to do? I mean, you got some young talent that's there. Yeah, you could lose to them and make them become maybe a little bit bigger, but the impact on them becoming bigger isn't quite as big as if Kurt Angle was, like, say, in the WWE and lost a match to a younger superstar, because at this particular situation with TNA and what's going on with them, there's just a lot of people that don't care. They don't even tune in to watch. I still try to connect with TNA and try to keep up with what's going on. But, to be quite honest with you, I've lost a little bit of interest for the simple fact that I know, down the road that, in the upcoming weeks, we're not going to really see anything from TNA. And it's sort of very, very discouraging. But, it's TNA is what it is. I think their product was, like, very, very good from 2004 to 2007, possibly. And then, maybe even later. And I just really, truly believe when Bischoff and Hogan got there, yeah, they got the ratings up because of, everything that was going on within the company. But, TNA was spending a lot of money on these guys. And, to be quite honest with you, I think the talent deserved it a lot more. Guys like the AJs and the Christopher Daniels and the Kazarians and the Samoa Joes and, and whoever else was there at that time, doing a lot bigger and better things for TNA. So, but, we move on and we talk about the current product of WWE, and, I still like watching it. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't appeal to me like it used to be. I used to like it when CM Punk was there, and I was still, I'm a John Cena guy. You know what I'm saying? I like John Cena, and everybody still hates on John Cena. And I find it very interesting for the fact that, on Monday Night Raw, which is the only show really that Cena is on in the WWE, that, you're lucky to see him for like 7 minutes. And, the hate this man gets is just, like, totally remarkable. I'll never understand it. I'll never fathom it. But yeah, I mean, everybody out there is a fan of whomever they want to be. And if they dislike somebody, they have a right to. I understand that. I just don't understand, what's behind all the hate of John Cena. Everybody will tell you that, he destroys talent. um, and whatnot. And there are on some occasions that he probably does, hurt new and upcoming talent. But um, the bottom line is, yeah, he probably does have a say in it. But the end to all is the WWE is the ones who make the last decision. And whether they cater to John Cena or not, remains to be seen. But if you want to get upset with somebody, you need to get upset with like WWE and who really makes all these decisions, in the long run. But so there's just been a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people have been asking me about Ring of Honor, which I haven't really got to see a lot of lately. And there's people telling me that WWE is copying Ring of Honor, and maybe in some instances they are a little bit, because Jay Lethal is the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion and the TV Champion, and maybe that's where the WWE said to themselves, well, we're going to do this with Seth Rollins. And if that's the case, it's the case, because the bottom line is everybody copies everybody at one point or another. It doesn't matter whether you are the bigger promotion copying a little promotion or a littler promotion copying a bigger promotion. I mean, it just happens no matter what, because when promotions are executed for 300 plus days a year, they need to come up with, some sort of idea of what they're going to do, throughout these 300 days. And it's got to be a tough thing to do. I would really love to be somebody that was on the booking team within the WWE, because I think in my mind I have some really great ideas. And I mean, I know a lot of people out there may not agree with my ideas, and I will say this right out: my ideas does not focus on John Cena. I just have ideas in general with a lot of the other members of the roster, and I could get all these guys really totally involved, and even make a situation to the point where you get some of these mid-carders, which seem to really, they're lucky if they even get a U.S. title shot or an intercontinental title shot, let alone the WWE World Heavyweight title, which is, probably never will ever happen. But I could come up with some scenarios and some storylines where I could get all these guys involved. And I would pick and choose the right people depending on who the champion is at this present time, which obviously right now it is Seth Rollins. So I would look to those guys on the mid card that are, wrestling wise in the same league as Seth Rollins, and would go from there. I think the WWE just has a handful of guys that they want to push, and after doing this for say even 26 weeks, which is a half a year, or even the 52 weeks, which is a whole year, I mean, we all get tired of it. And let's face it, we do. So with all that being said, I just wanted to put all this out there. And, anybody watching, if you did, that's great. If you didn't, so be it. But I just wanted to put my thoughts and my opinions out there. So anyway, we're going to let y'all guys go. Peace out, everybody. And have your guys self a great, great weekend, because this is Friday. We'll see you next time.